All right, testing, testing. All right, good morning, guys. Welcome aboard to the morning note. My apologies for being a couple minutes late. I was kind of in between what should I put the headline? Again, obviously, futures. I talk about futures all the time, yields and everything, but I only have a couple of words to kind of, how do I say this? Grab your attention of what we're trying to speak of. Again, I only have so many characters. Got to put the date, of course, the morning note, but then I kind of have to put, and I was kind of racking my brain for about a minute. I'm like, what do I say here that's kind of going to emphasize what the video's about? And most attention spans, especially on YouTube, you get like 2 minutes tops. So you got to grab attention, and I don't believe that putting sensationalist headlines are going to do anything because that's inaccurate and it's dishonest to be just a sensationalist tabloid headline. It's important to put what's important in front of you, have some context. It's kind of tough to put that all in a headline, but that's why it's important to watch the video so you actually have context. Good morning. Today is Thursday, June 30th, 2022. This is the end of the first half of 2022. The worst S&P and bond return for the first half of the year since 1981. So let's just keep that in mind. That's pretty big to think about. That's about 40 some years, 41 years to be exact, that we haven't had this kind of bad returns on bonds and stocks. A lot to say. It's been a rough one, but now we got the next half next to us as July 1st is tomorrow. Keep in mind, Monday, the markets are closed for July 4th holiday, Independence Day. Let's go over it. Dow is down 349 points. NASDAQ down 156 on the futures. S&P broke below 3,800, 3,774. Russell down 1.46%. Crude oil is down 0.60%. Gasoline futures are down $3.60. We talked about that inventory build on gasoline. Gold futures are up 0.36%, 1824 an ounce. Silver, 2058 down 0.76%. Euro dollar down 36 pips, 104.34. Dollar yen is down 45 pips, 136.13. Bitcoin broke below 20. Now we're at 19,140. Obviously, we see how the NASDAQ is running. That's what you're going to get in terms of Bitcoin. I could see here just massive deleveraging. Just get me out. That's what it seems like. 1030 on Ethereum as well. 10-year treasury down today, 3.055. We hit as low as 3% on a 10-year. That's pretty important to see. The dollar index continues to climb above 105. If we expect stocks to go down, we need the dollar to go down. I've been kind of pounding the table on that, guys. Once we broke 105, it was more of how much lower can we get? The problem is that the dollar has been volatile as well, and it's very tough to call. So again, we did reverse here 105.55. Let's go and place an alert at 105.78. That's the most recent high on the dollar. If we do break that, then we're going to get some more weakness in equities. And the VIX is up 4.19%. Take a look at the VIX. It's still below 30, but again, 29.54. But the dollar being the real one here. A couple of headlines this morning. As we know how much the market has fallen overnight, 47 points. We were kind of hovering here. The next leg lower. I mean, if you're looking at just some kind of hint here of what can happen next, it's tough to call, especially on a technical basis. You've broken down a lot of things here. Now you've broken trend lines. Not the main trend line that we were talking about, but again, you're starting to, you can see right there, we were holding 3,800, and then once it broke, now you have 3,750 as your next possible support. The question is, do you play puts here after the fall, or do you wait up on it? But again, this is now broken. Remember that rising wedge we were talking about? That's broken now. Now, if we're talking about the whole year to date of this this move to the upside on that channel and everything, again, I could just draw it here instead of Bloomberg, make life easy. No, that's not a good level here. Let's do this. No, that's not going to work either. Okay, maybe there's an S on SPOOS. I could do it. There you go. SPOOS will give me a little more of an illustration that I could use. And I think we talked about this trend line. I believe it was to 4,000 that we were kind of looking for, and then we had this level here. Again, not exactly perfect, but again, the same trend line. So again, we're still kind of below that. We would be now open at 37.76. We'd be at the lower end of the trend line, but this is the first time that we've had since we've had this channel here where we didn't even test the top end. So again, what does this tell you? Again, it could be just some liquidation that I'm seeing. And it's very interesting that we didn't get to that 4,000 level, at least some kind of relief rally, which we've had every other month. But this one did not. So again, the day is not over, obviously. But again, looking at it here, where do we go from here? That's really the question. That's the question where everyone's asking. Could we get to 3664? Those lows, could we get back above 3,800 and continue higher? Again, we're only 25 points away from 3,800. I think we do bounce and probably test around 3,800. Tomorrow will be big because it's a new month, new half of the month. Seasonality speaking, July is pretty strong. So again, I want to see this close, and I want to see how tomorrow closes as well, or possibly even opens, because there's so much moving parts here. In terms of news, since hitting peak of PC 5.3% in February, the core PCE has now dropped 60 bips. This is a third favorable reading in the last week after Michigan inflation expectations were revised lower and Germany's CPI fell short. So we are getting lower inflation in some metrics. Here it is. U.S. core PEC inflation rises 4.7 in May, 4.7% in May. Lowest annual increase since November 2021, just last year. So again, that's good to see. Personal income up 0.5%, met estimates. Personal saving 0.2%, estimated 0.4%. Real spending in May, negative 0.04% versus the estimate of 0.03%. So the core deflator is 0.3% versus a 0.4% on the PCE. The core deflator for May, 4.7 versus 4.8. Again, all below expectations. Initial jobless claims, 231,000, 1,000 above expectations. Continuing claims, 1.32 million versus 1.31 million. So kind of flat-ish there. But again, the Fed's preferred inflation measure rose 4.7%. That's PCE. But again, it did beat expectations. So at least there's some kind of silver lining there. The problem is that the Fed is doing their job, what they wanted to do. What was their job? To kill inflation, or try to, but they're going to kill demand doing it since we don't have the supply chains to do so. So we're going to have to nuke the customer. We're going to have to nuke the consumer in order to get inflation down. And that's what you're getting here. You're getting a lot of companies now that are looking at it like, man, if people are not spending, again, we're not going to get sales. But that's what we're trying to curve. Again, high inflation. It's going to be some pain. You're going to have to rip off the bandage. The only kind of sliver of hope that I put out there is that, again, this is a Federal Reserve that inherently wants lower rates always. Again, these are regular human beings. They're not cyborgs. They're not robots. They own stocks too and blind trust and what have you. They don't want the market being down for too long either. You're talking about a generation of people that could be absolutely priced out of the market where they'll never want to invest in stocks again. And that's not a good sign either. So you got to have the second leg here where how fast does inflation have to peak or we get good inflation numbers? Does the Fed stop? That's what we're looking for now. Again, the Fed is leading the charge. They're playing the flute. Everyone else is dancing. When do they stop playing the flute? And they say, okay, we want to cut rates or we're going to stop increasing. When does that change? When does that monetary policy change? How many more inflation readings do we need? Does CPI next month do it? Does PPI do it next month? Does consumer surveys become better? Does that change anything? How about GDP? Would that change anything? Would corporate earnings and balance sheets and guidance, would that change anything? The question is, now we know that we're getting some sliver of good hope. The question is, how much good news do we need for the Fed to stop their raising? And that's where you're going to get the bottom. For the most part, it's not more of a technical thing. The bottom is really just going to be a change in Fed policy from tightening of lessening credit, lessening cash to, okay, we're good now. Everything is good. No safety car. Let's just call that in F1 if you guys play F1. Good morning. And can you show us how to draw your fib extensions and what time frame do you use? You could use many, Joey. You can use the hourly, the daily, whatever you want. Let's do it for, did I do one for Meta? I did not do one for Meta. So let's go ahead and just pretend that we want to do it for the daily. 1 year, we'll go to 2-year daily on Meta. And we want to create a Fibonacci retracement level or retracement study. Where is it? You're going to go to drawing tools, drawing. You're going to go to the percent sign. And again, you have one or two options. You could just do one right here at the bottom you start, or right at the top you start, and then you just extend it. It'll just flip the numbers. People have it their own way. I like to start from the top. expecting that we're going to come back, but we'll go to the bottom instead this go around. So I got to go to 1420, 154.25. I have to go all the way to the top. 384.33 if I had it. There you go. And that's your Fibonacci retracement. So you have your 78.6, 61.8, 50, 38.2, 23.6, and your 0. And again, coming back here would be the retracement. Morning, did you catch the unusual on SPY yesterday, 715 puts, 350 and almost 50K? No, I didn't. We did catch SPY yesterday for same day, but no, I didn't have any unusual options activity on it. What would make you give up on Bitcoin? When you say give up on Bitcoin, like sell it, if I needed the money, I'd sell it. But at a price, no. I mean, honestly, I'm still buying every week anyways. I'm still want to own it long term. So in order for it to be a believer in Bitcoin, I mean, other than making it illegal in the US where I can't buy anymore, I guess that's the only thing I could think of. Sure, you'll be going bullish and bear market, more Josh vibes. I mean, again, it really depends. Do you really want to short here? That's fine. I mean, you have your own way of doing things. But again, here's my question. You can be short. That's fine. Go ahead, be short. It's already crowded. It's already expensive. You already have high IV. So you're paying more for that insurance of that burning building than you would be otherwise. Again, sometimes you have to be contrarian as well. Now, again, if you want to throw your hands up and say the world's ending, I'll just blindly buy puts forever. You're setting yourself up to get killed out there. Again, it's not enough just to be right. You have to actually be right on time. Now, England Trend says, never sign up with these clowns, yet he's on this channel. I know, for example, when I don't like a restaurant, I don't go out of my way to go to the restaurant and tell them I don't like them. I just don't go there anymore. So there you go. Only thing you're good for is living off the subscriptions. But my question is, if I'm so bad, why would I have subscribers? Why would I have people here who are listening if I'm so bad? And while you are doing what exactly? Commenting on YouTube. Congratulations. Let's see here. 122 is the level for buying. Is that if that's your talk on Bitcoin? Again, we're talking about a proxy in terms of the Nasdaq proxy. Again, it's going to move with the Nasdaq. If the Nasdaq moves down, Bitcoin's going to be with it. That's where we are. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and leave it there. Have a great rest of your day. I am running a little late. I got to catch up with the team, kind of set up for the day. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you soon at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our aftermarket recap. Again, today is the end of the month, end of the half, portfolio rebalancing as we expected, but we didn't get as much to the upside. So we'll see where we go. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.